Julien Alfred and Melissa Jefferson Wooden are about to race a 200 meters the sprint world has never seen before. One is the Olympic 100-meter champion. The other is the world champion in both sprints, but they have never met around the bend. Rome will finally answer the question nobody could prove. On June 4th, 2026, the Golden Gala Pietro Mennea in Rome gets a race that sounds impossible only because it took this long to happen. Julien Alfred and Melissa Jefferson Wooden have been at the top of women's sprinting, but in the 200 meters, they have never stood on the same start line. That is the hook. This is not just another Fast Diamond League race. This is the first time the Olympic 100-meter champion and the reigning world 100-meter and 200-meter champion will meet over the half lap. One curve, one straight, and years of questions packed into less than 22 seconds. Rome matters because the 200 meters does not forgive fake confidence. The start helps, but it does not finish the job. The bend rewards control. The straight punishes tight shoulders. A runner can look great for 120 meters and still lose everything in the last 40. Alfred brings Olympic force. Jefferson Wooden brings world title power. The field brings danger. For the first time, fans do not have to guess what happens when these two styles meet over 200 meters. The gun will decide. That is why the first meeting feels almost unfair. Both women have already earned major crowns, yet this single race can still change how fans rank them before the next championship begins in a season where every sprint result will be judged harder. Julien Alfred's rise changed the sprint story in Paris. In the 2024 Olympic 100-meter final, she blasted out of the blocks, held off Sha'Carri Richardson, and won in 10.72. That was a national record and St. Lucia's first Olympic medal of any color. It was not only a win, it was a country-changing moment. But Alfred is not only a 100-meter runner. Her 200-meter silver in Paris proved she could handle the longer sprint under Olympic pressure. She ran 22.08 behind Gabby Thomas and left with 2 medals from 1 games. That mattered because it showed range, not just raw start speed. In 2025, Alfred kept showing that range. She won the 200 meters at the London Diamond League in 21.71, one of the fastest times ever run by a woman. That mark told the world something important. Alfred does not need the race to be short to be dangerous. Her weapon is the first half. When she reacts well, her drive phase can make rivals feel behind before they are fully upright. In the 200 meters, that start can become a weapon around the curve. If Alfred builds pressure early and exits the bend with a lead, the race can become a chase before Jefferson Wooden is fully ready to strike. Melissa Jefferson Wooden's 2025 season changed her life and changed the sprint world. She did not only win, she took over. At the Prefontaine Classic, she beat Alfred in the 100 meters, running 10.75 into a headwind. That was a warning. Then she went to the World Championships in Tokyo and turned the warning into a statement. She won the 100 meters in 10.61, a championship record. That time made her the 4th fastest woman ever in the event. 5 days later, she came back for the 200 meters and won again in 21.68. That made her the 4th fastest American woman ever at the distance. Then she added gold in the 4x100 relay. 3 gold medals, 2 individual titles, and 1 season that pushed her to the top of the sprint conversation. That is why Rome feels different. Jefferson Wooden is no longer just a fast American trying to prove she belongs. She enters as the woman everyone has to measure against. She has already shown she can double at a global championship and survive rounds, pressure, and expectation. In the 200 meters, her strength is scary. She does not need to panic if someone starts faster. Her top speed and late race control give her time. If she comes off the bend close, the final straight becomes her hunting ground. The 200 meters is not simply double the 100 meters. It is a different problem. The curve changes body position. The lane draw changes what a runner sees. The stagger can trick the mind. A sprinter can feel ahead, behind, or lost before the race even reaches the straight. That is why Alfred against Jefferson Wooden in the 200 meters is so interesting. In the 100 meters, they meet in a straight fight. The start, drive, top speed, and finish all happen in one line. In the 200 meters, the race hides the truth until late. For much of the bend, they may not know exactly where the other one is. Alfred will want to make the race hurt early. If she attacks the curve, she can force Jefferson Wooden to respond before the straight. That can break rhythm. But it can also cost Alfred energy if she pushes too hard too soon. Jefferson Wooden will want control. She has proof that she can finish a world-class 200 meters at full force. Her Tokyo 21.68 was not a lucky time. It came when the medals were on the table. That kind of proof matters in Rome. The winner may not be the woman who looks best at 80 meters. It may be the woman who still looks calm at 180. The headline is Alfred versus Jefferson Wooden, but Rome is not a private duel. Amy Hunt is in the race too, and she cannot be treated like background. Hunt won silver in the 200 meters at the 2025 World Championships in Tokyo. She knows how to run through pressure, and she has already stood on a global podium. That changes the whole race. If Alfred and Jefferson Wooden watch each other too closely, Hunt can punish both. In sprinting, obsession with one rival can become a mistake. A lane outside can move quietly. A lane inside can appear late. The moment a favorite tightens, another athlete can steal the race. The meeting itself adds weight. Rome is the fifth stop of the 2026 Diamond League season, and the Golden Gala is named after Pietro Mennea, one of Italy's great sprint legends. A 200-meter race at this meet carries history. It is not a quiet early season test in front of empty seats. It is a showcase. The date also matters. June 4th is early enough that athletes are still building, but late enough that excuses sound thin. Nobody will be at championship peak yet, but nobody wants to lose the first direct 200-meter clash. This race is huge, but it should not be sold as the final answer to the whole season. That would be fake. It is one Diamond League race in early June, not a world final. Alfred has the Olympic 100-meter gold, but 2025 ended with a question mark. She finished third in the 100 meters at the World Championships in Tokyo after dealing with a hamstring issue and did not run the 200 meters there. That means fans never got the Alfred and Jefferson Wooden 200-meter showdown on the world stage. Jefferson Wooden has the world 200-meter gold and the faster recent time, but now she has to repeat proof. The year after a huge breakout can be harder than the breakout itself. Every rival studies you. Every race becomes a test of whether the peak was a one-year storm or the start of control. There is also race sharpness. Alfred opened 2026 indoors with a 6.99 world lead in the 60 meters and later won world indoor bronze in 7.03. That shows speed, but the 200 meters needs different strength.